Yes, today I'm shooting this video on an anamorphic lens, specifically the Sirui 35mm t2.9 Saturn edition. They did send me this lens a couple years ago, and someone commented recently saying that I should shoot more on anamorphic. So here it is. Please sit back, grab your food, or if you're just listening to this video in the background, that's cool too. I'll try to make it a little longer for you, especially if you're just editing photos or something like that. Totally understandable. Let's dive in. Hey again, and welcome back to my channel, Films by Jeremy. A couple years ago, I made a video on the Lumix 18mm f1.8 lens. In my opinion, the 18mm f1.8 is one of the most unique lenses, wide-angle lenses, or even one of the best prime lenses for the Lumix ecosystem that money can buy. And once again, my opinion, this isn't facts or anything, totally subjective. And I'll be honest, it was not my favorite video I've ever made, and I don't really look back on it fondly. Back in the day, I was shooting on the Lumix S5 Mark I. I shot a lot of it on 1080p. The autofocus was subpar, and overall, I just was not entirely happy with the finished product. The video did do pretty well, and I did receive a lot of comments, so I thought maybe I would just talk about this lens again and make a refresher video. I think it's super important to create these refresher videos on gear that we like and then we continue using. So if you like something, why not talk about it more than once? With technological improvements and cameras just getting much better, especially the Lumix cameras, I feel like this little lens is just that much more impressive. A couple months ago, I challenged myself. I went to my in-laws for Thanksgiving. I brought my S1 Mark II and only the 18mm lens. I really want to immerse myself in this lens and to fall in love with it again. In the verdict, I really loved using this lens, and I really liked being limited only to this 18mm and, you know, just getting the image that I got out of it. And no, this video is not sponsored. However, the music that you're hearing in the background is from Audio. They did hook me up with a year's subscription, I think last year, so it might be up. However, they always have deals and whatnot, so feel free to check the referral link in my description below. I thought for sure I'd get bored of this focal length, but the more I shot, the more I wanted to keep shooting. I really loved getting super close to my subject. It has a minimum focusing distance of 0.58 feet, which gets you super close to your subject, especially for a 18mm lens. When things sort of get distorted at that super close range, I find it gives it a unique but clean look. I find the bokeh is nice and round. The f1.8 at 18mm gives the image itself a unique look with plenty of background separation. Shooting wide open landscapes was peaceful, and just kind of standing there, taking everything in, felt incredibly immersive, especially that time of the year. And in all honesty, there's really not much I could say about this lens, and I'm not a huge specs guy, but from my use case and from what I've seen, it's plenty sharp. Of course, if you're shooting it on 6K open gate, it's incredibly sharp. I don't notice too much distortion around the edges. It's just a pretty clean surgical lens and a great prime lens. As far as like specs go, I kind of just like looking at the image, and if I like what I see, I kind of just go from there. I don't really care too much if there's an imperfection within a lens unless it's super distracting and doesn't at all suit the project I'm working on. So the image is sharp. The colors are pleasant. Of course, with V-Log and color grading, you can get whatever colors you want out of it. And the autofocus is snappy. And again, with the old video, I really feel like I didn't love using this lens that much because of that autofocus and just how unreliable the S5's autofocus was. So trying to shoot vlog style with it was not really impossible, I'd say just more unreliable. The Lumix 18mm f1.8 is certainly a lens I would recommend for anyone who is interested in it. If you're watching this video and you're on the fence about it, if you feel like you're gonna shoot a lot of wide open, wide angle type of shoots, landscape stuff, is certainly a great lens for that. And there are wider lenses. I wouldn't use this for real estate because I just don't find it's wide enough. I have wider lenses for my real estate videography and photography, as you all know. However, it is a little on the expensive side at $1,400 Canadian and $1,100 US, and that's pre-tax. But if you're cool with spending that money, or if you're trying to finish the Lumix Prime collection, I actually just completed the kit with the 24. So now I have all 6 of their Prime lenses. I find the entire Prime set just so handy and so usable. I don't have any cinema lenses. The only thing I have close to cinema lenses are these anamorphic lenses that I'm shooting on currently, and I don't use them very often. I've always been interested in getting cinema lenses, but at the same time, I really feel like these Lumix Primes will just get the job done. When it comes to filmmaking, it's not really about the lens, it's about the story, and the tools really just help. So if you are looking for just a clean, clinical look, and you do most of the other stuff, dirtying it up in post, you know, I think it's a great buy. And I think you are probably saving a few bucks over getting something like a DZO set or whatever else is out there. I'm not a huge cinema lens guy. So do I use this lens in my professional life? Not really. I actually just started doing some lifestyle shoots with a real estate agent where we showcase a house, but instead of just showing the house, we show how you live in it. And I have been using the 18mm quite often for those shoots. Again, I just really love that background separation. It gives it that cinematic look, and I know how much we love background separation when it comes to filming stuff. It's a little sarcasm. I watched that video, the why movies don't feel like movies anymore. So all that to be said, after picking up the 18mm again, it was hard to put down. It's still hard to put down. It's a lens that I really wish it was still nice out and not gray and snowy. I could go out and shoot more. And all in all, it's just a super quality lens. And again, there's really not much more I really need to say about it. I think the images speak for themselves. Anyway, that's it for me. If you like what you saw today, feel free to subscribe. And if you have any sort of video suggestions, I'm always up for them. And with that, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye now.